Hello, YouTube. Welcome back to the top 300 games of all time countdown, according to Game Informer. Today we're doing numbers 210 to 201. Let's get started. Number 210 is Rainbow Six Siege, released in 2015 for PS4, Xbox One, and PC. When Game Informer first reviewed Rainbow Six Siege, the 5v5 competitive shooter had many shortcomings. But over time, Ubisoft Montreal fixed the questionable hit detection, refined the matchmaking, and dramatically increased the number of maps, operators, and unlockable cosmetic skins. The extra work has paid off. More than 2 years past its debut, Siege's core attack and defend paradigm hasn't lost any of its luster. Each playable character brings a unique ability to the table, offering a wide variety of combinatorial options for calculated rushes or strategic fortifications. Destructible environments and unsafe defense locations that have at least one weakness give each frantic match another layer of tactical stress, offering an addictive thrill that has entertained more than 25 million players to date. Number 209, Hot Shots Golf 4, released for the PlayStation 2 in 2004. This series' 3-click swing was a landmark for video game golf gameplay, and 4 was its heyday. The simple gameplay was augmented by custom gear and different shot types, and punctuated by a cast of quirky opponents over increasingly challenging courses. Video game golf has advanced to the arguably more representative analog swing, but to some, this was the best way to golf. Number 208. Shadowrun, released on the Super Nintendo in 1993. Real-time action with a tabletop feel made this classic a truly unique entry for the time. Meshing a film noir mystery with cyberpunk weapons and body modifications, and even cyberspace hacking, Shadowrun combined RPG aspects with an open, compelling story. Futuristic elements merged with fantasy as shamans, magic, vampires, and more created a surprisingly believable and immersive world. Shadowrun used an advanced dialogue system for the time, providing players the feeling of true investigation by tracking down and using special keywords and conversations to suss out details and progress the story. Mature and gritty, Shadowrun deftly separated itself from traditional turn-based RPGs of the era. Number 207, Call of Duty, released on PC in 2003. The premier entry in the profitable first-person shooter series. The original Call of Duty might seem less impressive now when compared to the achievements of its various successors, but this is where Activision's massive annual sequel-driven empire began. And it's still an impressive title after all this time, too. The campaign's emphasis on squad gameplay and narrative jumps between nations helped capture the international sprawl of World War II in a way that the genre hadn't before. The bombastic action sequences would come to define the series originated here, with a D-Day airdrop infiltration and a car chase scene serving as heart-pounding standouts. Number 206, Jak and Daxter, The Precursor Legacy, released in 2001 for the PS2. Following the success of the Crash Bandicoot trilogy, Naughty Dog set its sights on a more ambitious platforming adventure. Jak and Daxter, The Precursor Legacy, wove storytelling and non-linear quests into a large world where players leapt, spun, and fought their way to rewarding discoveries. The action and sense of discovery stole the show, but Daxter also works his way into our hearts with his comedic musings. Number 205. Ratchet & Clank Up Your Arsenal, released on PS2 in 2004. The early adventures of Insomniac's lovable Lombax and his tin can companion featured great platforming and dozens of bizarre weapons, but Ratchet & Clank hit its stride with Up Your Arsenal. A variety of exotic worlds were more fun to explore thanks to deeper leveling system and an alien ordnance that included plasma whips, razor-teeth robot minions, and a ray gun that turned enemies into bomb-laying ducks. Number 204, The Stanley Parable, released on PC in 2013. Whether you love or hate the so-called walking simulator genre, you're missing out if you haven't experienced the Stanley Parable. Simply put, no other game in the narrative-focused genre is as clever, creative, and downright surprising as Galactic Cafe's debut title. That's no accident, as you lead the titular Stanley through an endless loop of mundane, game-resetting choices. The Stanley Parable continuously defies all the gameplay and storytelling conventions you've come to expect. The Stanley Parable boldly delved into the philosophical questions about the nature of choice, and yet it was never pretentious. In fact, thanks to Davey Redden's hilarious writing and the wry, omniscient narration of Kevin Brighting, the game was as funny as it was thought-provoking. I love the Stanley Parable. If you ever would like to see me play that game, let me know. Leave me a comment. I own it. Number 203, Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time. Released on PS2, Xbox, GameCube, and PC in 2003. Sands of Time established a trilogy and revitalized the Prince of Persia franchise in a huge way. Its original creator, Jordan Mechner, returned for this entry, helping take the series to new places, especially in its approach to platforming. Moving through environments was a test of acrobatic puzzle solving instead of accurate jumping, and the new ability to rewind time made mistakes more forgivable and looked awesome. Number 202, Marvel vs. Capcom 2: New Age of Heroes, released for Dreamcast in 2000. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 set the American fighting game scene ablaze. Its massive roster featured mainstays and cult picks from every corner of the Marvel and Capcom universes, letting plenty of players in on its wacky fun. Over the years, its outlandish 3-on-3 fighting proved to be worth its salt, as team synergy was as vital to victory as character mastery. It's still the template for most team-based fighters today. And last but not least, number 201, Phantasy Star 4: The End of the Millennium. Released on Genesis in 1995. Sega was ahead of its time when it unleashed Chaz and his cohorts on the Genesis. The traditional science fiction RPG had trappings that would be out of place today. Cinematic sequences that played out with comic-like stills, varied combat tactics featuring combination attacks and vehicles, and an epic story with a huge cast. The twists and turns and scales of the journey were impressive then and remain fresh today. Well, that's all I got. If you want to see more, go ahead and subscribe. I upload this particular series every Sunday. Next week we'll be doing number 200 to 199. We are getting closer. The music that you've been hearing throughout the video is of my own creation using Magic's Music Maker. Will provide a link to the playlist. And go ahead and check out my other videos. I mostly do gameplays. I try to live stream once a week at the very least, sometimes more. And I hope I'll see you next time. Bye!